All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got week 4. I'm sick. I'm here with Crackshot McGee. Let's get into this matchup.
Oh yeah, here we go, ladies and gents. We are in for a Canadian barn burner here. Looks like.
Yeah, so Montreal versus Toronto. Now, I do apologize, guys. Like I said, I was sick. My nose is stuffy. Um, but with that being said, I did miss the last week, so let's get that over with. What happened last week in week 3, Mr. Zach McGinnis?
So we had a couple of really close games. Dallas really impressed us, I believe, against Austin, um, and then GCU did a little bit okay. But we saw a really close game that didn't really seem like it was going to be close at the start. And then the next game was more of a steamrolling where we saw one team that really just kind of got things rolling. I'm forgetting the team names at this point. I believe, what was the second match? I only know the first match was Dallas and Austin. I definitely thought Austin was gonna win, and Dallas they destroyed them for a good part of the game, and they were like really taking down rounds off of Austin. I predicted Austin to win, so it was really interesting to see that game at least finish close.
Interesting. So hopefully we'll get a close game here on this first match of the
I
day.
think it will be close too.
Yeah, Montreal versus Toronto, both good teams. Montreal, I recognize them from last year. You know, the Epsilon brothers. These guys have been playing together for quite some time. I think 2 years now, maybe a year and a half. Yeah,
No, and Epsilon. I believe HHKZ is going to be
yeah.
their last player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
those three guys are really good when they played it together, and they did a lot of work last season. So
yeah, so they had a lot of adjusting apparently, right?
yeah, they just like they weren't doing as well as I thought they were going to. Like I thought they were going to just be a force right out the gate, and they kind of needed to reset things after their first few performances weren't quite what they were expecting, I guess. So kind of changing things up. And where I think where spots are being played by certain players, and I guess the strategies are changing a little for them.
Yeah, and Montreal lost to Ryerson. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like Ryerson isn't a school I would have expected to beat Montreal, and that just kind of like was the cherry on top that kind of made like they're like, okay, we got to kind of go back to the drawing board and pick ourselves up here because we can't be losing to like I expected the Montreal to contend for the division, and if you're losing to Ryerson, you're not going to do that.
Yeah, because Ryerson has almost a completely new lineup. I recognize Doofus, but you don't have. Because I remember the guys from last year. I saw them in Toronto. Sorry, I saw them in California for a different tournament, and Ryerson has a different lineup. They're doing good, so it's nice to see these Canadian teams, spice it up a bit. So they won against Montreal 16-13, but now coming into this Toronto 2-0. What can you tell me about these guys right now?
Toronto has a couple of obviously good friends of ours on their team between Denya and Fram. So got to root for those guys. But I don't know. Toronto's just one of those teams that from like last year, I was expecting them to do really well. I was just a spectator last year, of course, so I wasn't really looking at the game as analytically as I am right now. But I mean, even last year, they looked like on paper they should have been able to even contend for the finals against um, 5N, right? So
Yes.
I thought that this would be the team to do it if anybody could, other than maybe UC Irvine, UBC, like these big guys. I expect Toronto to roll with them, and they just went out early. So good to see them back again this year. Hopefully, maybe looking not to sort of, I guess, I don't want to say that last year they choked at Lynn, but they didn't really finish where they wanted to. So going into that finals and into playoffs and later in the season, Toronto's going to be expecting to be performing consistently and solid compared to what they did last year.
Yeah, looking at Toronto's roster, I recognize two people. It's Denya and Felix. I don't see Fram on here though. Maybe he has a different name on the Sivo roster. But
I think Intox is on this team as well, and Felix and Intox are like a fragging pair from Southern Ontario. Okay. I've seen these guys around a lot. So
yeah, I know Denya and Felix from LAN. They used to come to this is Toronto.
They go to LAN War together and stuff.
Yeah.
So
and the well played LAN. So I think they're gonna be coming. Actually, they're competing at another LAN coming up in November. But with that being said, so Toronto, they won against the Carleton Ravens, Carleton University. Now I'll put this as I am the coach of Saints Gaming. We have scrimmed Carleton University twice, and they have stomped us pretty hard. 16 to single digits. I'm just not gonna tell you guys the numbers, but Carleton is a force to be reckoned with. And knowing that Toronto beat them in OT 19 to 16, that's scary. Toronto definitely on the map. They've always been, even the last season as well, last year. They got a 4-1 against Ottawa. It's a little interesting, but into week 4, we're gonna see them play against Montreal. So this could be interesting. Definitely, I would say what Montreal actually missing a player, right? That I recognize here. I think it's HHQZ. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
see that
he's
guy.
not in there. Yeah, I guess they're both people are man down on the guys that they want, but no going huge from upper, finding 2 headshots there, and Sage gonna shut this one down, finding one of the last frags here, looking for Denya, and upper's gonna be no, and he'll take him down. Montreal gonna take the pistol.
What happened? I don't. No, just was upper.
He
He just
just
started
stayed
clicking
upper.
heads. No one.
Nobody went
Yeah,
upper.
there we go. That is the problem. No one went upper on the University of Toronto side. So, do you think Toronto's underestimating Montreal just by doing that?
First of all, they win the knife, and then they take the T side, right? So that's like the first
Oh
sign.
my god, you're right. Oh my god. I did not
Yeah,
realize
so
that.
that's kind of like a bit of a cocky move, in my opinion.
Yes, it is indeed. Guys, I have Vietnam flashbacks every time this map comes up, but look at this. Epsilon P90. I'll talk about it in just a second. This map is ridiculous on the CT side. If you don't have those T side executes, it's going to be grim as heck just to find single digit rounds, low single digit rounds, if you don't have your poop together. But looks like SMGs just upgraded pistols for Toronto, and they've got the bomb towards Whitehall's. And looks like they want to blow up towards outside with these deagles. Oh my god.
What a shot. As Denya's going to take down Sage, and Dust's going to come back, take down Denya. Trying to find these 1-deags here. That's Intox now finding one on his 3rd shot before Epsilon finds a pair with his P90. Coming out of Z is going to be 2 rotating players. That's No, joined by KD. Now needing to take down Intox. Only 9 HP left. See what he's able to do here with this. Scout almost kills his teammate KD with that team nade.
Intox, 8 HP. Oh, man, that was pretty close. The deagles do work. Denya finds the opening kill, right? But
yeah, it's exciting to watch those guys. Like, even when you see them by deagles, it's like exciting to watch them at that point, because you know that they can do that Intox on 1-2. So if that doesn't scare Montreal about how close that round was, and I mean their B players had to rotate in so late, right? So
yeah. Now I want to talk about what happened to me on this map. You know, Sivo IM. So not Sivo IM, freaking amateur. 12-3 half CT side. Okay, lose 16-12 on the T side. So let's just say that. I understand this map requires so much coordination. The map's pretty big, and fakes can happen on the CT side, but on the T side, the CT holds are ridiculous. Now let's pay attention to how Montreal is going to do this, as they do have rifles backed up. KD is going to be way in the back. Nono's going to actually fire through the plank and drop a nice little Pokeball to do a little bit of damage to Gao Shu. So the bomb's on the back of Intox, and they want to make their way through.
Flash comes in. It's still delaying. I don't know what they're delaying for at this point, as this is kind of a go for broke play, and they seem to know that they're there. No, sprays away, takes down 1, 2. Can he find more? No, Denya's going to shut him down. Bomb will go down. This will be a win for Toronto if you consider what they've bought into this round with.
Oh my goodness. That shot though from Denya, my god. But they get the bomb down. In my book,
that's what matters.
Yeah, that's what matters. Recover the rifles. MP9's gonna pick up rifles. And the bomb plant for Toronto. So yeah, and I'm thinking about what you said earlier. They win. Toronto, guys, Toronto won the knife. Intox was in a 1v2, the knife round. He wins it. And they chose the T side. Like, this is definitely a cocky move on Toronto. And
gotta have something in their pocket.
Yeah.
Like,
the gun round is what we're gonna pay attention to. Flame's gonna have it all picked up. Let's all eyes on University of Toronto.
looks like they're just gonna go for a default here. It looks like that's a typical hold you'll see with the op and spawn.
Oh, Sage, a nice peek. I was watching Flame, and Flame, he was looking for an opening towards camera, but Sage just came up from Green Train and peeked that out. So now a man disadvantage.
Yeah, that can be so scary, right? As an opper, because T-Con's a great spot to have that op. As you see, they picked it up right away, and they're going to try to use it again in there. But there's so many angles that you don't realize you're peeking by trying to cover something. Like you said, he was looking at camera, and then Sage is able to take him out, and he doesn't even know where he's getting shot from.
Yeah, but now the CTs just need to hold their hands, and oh, Sage finds another kill. That's Webbler. That's an op getting picked up by Denya now. Is it cursed? We're gonna find out. Will Sage find another kill?
Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, Denya. Oh, the Molly fire. A little too strong. But how does he miss that shot on Epsilon? His teammates are dying. Denya and Intox. They're stuck together. Denya's got 18 HP. And oh, up close and personal. Epsilon finds one, but gets traded up by Denya. And Denya finds one kill for getting traded off by No. So this gun round's still pretty grim, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course. And now you see the side of Montreal has actually picked up to a double op setup now that they're able to use basically for free, courtesy of the donated Gladiator op of Toronto. They're just gonna decide to buy into it with the Deagles again, it looks like, and see what they can do. A couple of armor on their sort of surefire players there. Denya and Intox, both players they're gonna depend on to bring them rounds in this one. But not too much so far. It's going to be a ladder push. Epsilon's going to find one early. That's Denya going down. Now Weber goes down, and the bomb barely misses falling down ladder.
Yeah, but and Gao Shu all by himself as he split apart from Intox, who's all the way back towards T-Con. And there he goes as well. Yeah, I don't like this move by Toronto at all.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. I mean, at this point, I'd be looking at a timeout if I was Toronto, and just kind of at least talk about how they're getting shut down, where they're getting shut down from, and how they can maybe more play a little bit together more. It looks like they're just kind of individually peaking things. Like you see Gao Shu going down and dying mid round there as Denya was kind of stuck. Then you see like players are going in and out. All of like you see Intox on one side of the map dies with the Deagle there. It's like, what are you going to get done with just the Deagle if you're not playing with your team? Especially on those ecos, I'd like to see Toronto being a little bit smarter and at least try something a little more creative than everybody run somewhere and try to get a headshot.
Yeah, it looks like Toronto's going to go for execute towards the outside as they line up these smokes. And they're going to lob them right through. So it looks like typical... No, just two-man smoke. Oh, three-man smoke, actually. A deep ladder one. And they want to make their way out, but Sage has the op close towards camera. And Epsilon's going to actually pick up one. And these guys haven't made it out yet. The smokes could dissipate very soon. And KD's continuing. There's 4 players towards outside. Intox finds a kill, but Flame with the op wants to check this. But no, just the corner by KD. This is not good. And Intox, this is no way.
Yeah, this is a shutdown defense here from Montreal. Very impressed. I think that they're kind of figuring it out here. And I mean, what a time to be doing it here. As we discussed before the game, they were kind of a little bit at odds with their play as of recently. And now it looks like they're firing on all cylinders against one of the better teams in the division.
And look at the routes. Like, there's so many. Like, there's what? 2, 4, 6, 7 deaths on Montreal. And
yeah, they're not
total.
like they have a ton of money too, and it's really scary when a CT side has a ton of money.
Oh, I have voice enable on. Hopefully none of these guys curse or anything, but regardless, they have AKs, they have the loss bonus, but can they get it together? Like, what happened in the knife round? Is Toronto really confident? This would definitely be a story to tell if they win against Montreal, but this is starting 6-0. They're trading off right now, but the double op setup is still alive.
Yes, it is. As we see now, we have KD here with the AWP holding but the back A, but that's Flame now opening up the A site for NBC. Trades out the bomb. That's Intox walking through with the bomb, and he's going to drop it down Ivy. That's going to make things rough for Toronto, actually. They're going to have to get over there and get it. That's going to cause Wedler. I think Wedler is going to be officially one of our 2 James Bonds.
This is the closest round Toronto has come to. 2 play. Oh my lord!
What a wallbang.
Oh my goodness.
They keep the double up set up alive. They have a ton of money. This is an absolute steamroll, as you see. Oh, somebody has paused.
It's a tactical pause. So they do it right. You know, they lose 2 gun rounds and the third, you know, lost bonus gun round. It's time to think about what happened during the knife. You know, did somebody at Montreal go like, I say C, you say T? And did that happen in chat? And did just Intox just go, huh? I say T. I don't know. Like, what happened? What is going on?
At this point, it's looking like a pretty dumb move to have started on the T side for Toronto. But I mean, I don't know. They're like, these guys are the team that I want to love, but I can never love them because they do things like this.
Yeah, and it's just one of the things, like, why did Toronto do this? And I always, like, I'm a huge troll, you know me, Zach. And whenever I want the CT side, I tell people I say C, you say T, and hopefully someone falls for it. But in this case, it definitely is not that case. And Toronto have chosen the uphill battle, and they are now 7-0, thinking to themselves in this tactical pause, what on earth are we going to do? So it looks like a player is going to disconnect. Hopefully, we don't see any funny business, because that would be a little interesting. But this is no, but how it's playing out, this is just upsetting.
Yeah, I mean, this is not what we wanted to see at the start of this one. I mean, we kind of gave the edge to Toronto, and they're kind of letting us down. I'm not going to call it a misprediction. I'm literally calling it them letting us down, because we know these guys are good enough to do a lot better than what they're doing right now. This isn't the Toronto that we would want to see or that we're used to seeing in any regard.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna fix something on the stream real quick. I'm gonna swap it over, so don't be alarmed, guys. You listen to my sickly voice as I try to fix this. Ah, there we go. I was on full screen. Herpiter. That is what I wanted. Do you want to know what Toronto ordered during the knife round?
What did they order?
So pretend you're Toronto, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna be Montreal.
Okay, so you're just wrecking me right now.
All right, welcome to Burger King. How can I, take your order?
I guess we'll take T side.
Oh my god, why? Toronto, why? Why must you do this?
I don't know why they made this decision.
Now, mind you, I'm expecting to, okay, obviously we talked about this before the game, before we saw this 7-0 scoreline. Oh, they're getting a sub. That's what Toronto's saying right now. But I guess I'll take T side. No, God. I don't know, man. I guess I'm happy for Montreal, but they're probably thinking the same thing as we are.
Yeah, I mean, they're happy right now. Like, they're rolling. They're like, hey guys, we finally might have figured it out.
All right, guys. So it looks like they're gonna swap out a player.
Toronto's complaining about some ping issues right now, so maybe they're just swapping in a player with a better connection.
Yeah. So until then, we're gonna mute our mics and think like everybody else. Why is this happening? But until then, enjoy your beverage. You know, get some chips, whatever it is you need to snack on, because this is actually hilarious.
Shadows fall over my heart. I black out the moon. I wait for you to come around. You got me dancing in the dark. I've closed my eyes, but I won't sleep tonight. Maybe you should come with me. I'll take you to the dark side. Me and you and me, do bad things in the nighttime. Come with me, and we can kill the lights, hit the lights, let it black out, hit the lights, let it black out, oh. Blackbird, black moon, black sky, black light, black everything, black heart, black keys, black diamonds, black out, black everything, black everything, all black, everything, all black, everything, all black, everything, black. illusion of the night, but it's the only way of life. It's black holes pulling me inside of this black heart, the black soul underneath this black sky. Maybe you should come with me. I'll take you to the dark side. Me and you and me, do bad things in the nighttime. Maybe you should come with me, and we can kill a light, hit the light for the blackout, hit the light for the blackout. Oh. Blackbird, black moon, black sky, black light, black everything, black heart, black keys, black.
Would you look at that? I think we're back, boys. Yep, and we're back, and joining us now is Chicken Dinner. I love that picture. Not sure if I can take the name seriously, but we'll see what he can do. Maybe he's the secret.
All right, so upgraded pistols for University of Toronto. If you are just joining us, this is a 7-0 scoreline into this matchup so far, and KD coming up with 2 kills, looking for a third. He gets a third, gets dinked as well, and he's gonna back up and not be greedy. Nate's gonna come through from No to secure this. I'm not sure if they spawned the bomb yet, but Chicken Dinner will go down. So now another gun round is imminent.
Yeah, I mean, Toronto's not saved up for this. They took that tactical pause, and I mean, even if it was a bit of a technical, it wasn't like they couldn't have been making it productive. Hopefully they were. And we'll hopefully see them maybe take their first T round here. I mean, they got to start somewhere, but this is absolutely like, you got, I guess, that's 3 players who don't have a kill because the guy who left didn't have any kills. So I'm going to say that, yeah, like, so I don't really know.
Now, Intox got the op. Flame wasn't doing too hot with it. And, pretty standard setup. Now, Nono's going to rotate this time. And look at that. Sage finds an opening kill. Intox drops the op. And now Denya is going to pick that up as... Ooh, Chicken Dinner gets actually caught. Down to 41.
Like, you can see how they're so unorganized with the way that they're playing right now. I mean, just swapping players in and out mid-round. Like, we can't expect much out of them, but we got to expect more than this. The ops of Montreal are dominating the map right now, and Sage is going to find another win there in a Chicken Dinner. Denya unable to trade him out right away as he's going to look for one.
What?
Oh, one
Sage?
the ladder. Yeah, he's going nuts right now with that AWP as he's going to find one.
Oh, he tags it down. What?
NBC's going to help him out. NBC's going to finish off the round.
Oh my goodness, Sage, man. He is doing a lot of work with that up.
He didn't have a lot of room to make that shot in the ladder, but that kind of solidified the round, so good that he hit it.
Oh,
Got a couple people in
no.
chat saying Sage is the best player.
Oh, nice. I'm liking his op right now. Well, this thing is, opping on CT side train is so important. It is, you commonly see a double op setup, right? And we're seeing Sage do his work. Oh,
you can't win without one.
Yeah, and as we say that, KD actually misses his shot. He's stuck towards inside, but the rotate's coming through as Epsilon and Sage actually rotate, but the bomb's down there. And Sage, she picks up the kill from upper, and now there's 4 players up. They've got 2 AKs. Not too sure what this buy is, but they do have the money loss bonus. As they make their way into the site, KD, actually Epsilon cleans up too. Looking for the last one, Deagle in hand, tags it down, it's Intox. But no, No's gonna find that kill, making it 10-0 for Montreal against Toronto.
Yeah, they're just rolling now. They got max cash on 3 players. Like, we could just call this one. I mean, if Montreal loses this one, this will be the 2nd greatest French collapse of all time.
Oh man, like this is, I don't know what to say. I know Intox and Denya, and this is just rough.
Yeah, I'm feeling for them a little right now.
I'm definitely probably gonna ask him what happened. But with this being said, Sage with the op. Looking down towards T-Con. Intox on the other side. Jiggle peeking. Wants to peek it. Waiting for these smokes. Ooh, player from ladder peeks this man. But Sage, he's done a lot of work. And he's gonna miss that shot. His teammates are close by. Not gonna go for these aggressive peeks. Oh, I like the off angle, but Toronto just need to bust open. They need to come in. But no, they're getting picked off.
They're doing exactly what we've seen them do before, but Denya and Intox gonna silence Epsilon and Sage there. Gonna even things out at a 3-on-3. Now this might, every round we say this might be the closest. I mean, this might be the closest. The bomb isn't stuck in a bad spot, but Denya and Nono going to trade kills once again. Denya's still waiting to plant. His Intox is going to find one more. They know where the last player is now.
Oh,
And
and
Intox
there
going
it
to take
is.
his head off, and finally, Toronto is on the board.
Wow. And that is single-handedly by Intox and Denya, as we talk about them during this round, right? 3 kills for Denya, 2 for Intox, and of course,
the guys
like, you
who are
know,
going to have to be doing the work. They have to do the heavy lifting if they want to win, and they know that. So, I mean, this is why I kind of expected more out of them. They just didn't really bring, the strategy and the consistency that we're seeing out of Montreal, despite Montreal not really showing it otherwise.
but now towards the outside once again. KD's got, oh, an M4, but Sage is there with the op. Oh, and he peeks again. Why are they fighting this, man? No utilities being spent, no flashbangs to cover this angle. They're jumping back and forth, and Daniel wants a piece. He definitely wants to try for this kill. And oh, that's the 3rd time he's crossed over. And he's gonna give that up. Now 2 players though, towards Ivy, trying to blast open. But Dust is gonna find a kill into Gao Shu.
Looking for the next kill. That Sage finding the final kill, and Denya is somehow going to burn alive. I believe he tried to go stay. I think he just hung around a T-Con too long. I didn't see how that happened, but either way, that's not a cold hard reset for you. I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's.
We see the coordinator
rough.
here, Chicken Dinner, working on his own James Bond. Gashu's finally on the board with 1 kill here. So now we're only down to 2 of the 6 Toronto players who haven't found a kill yet in this 13 round game.
Yeah, this is pretty rough. If they can find, you know, another round, maybe, sure, but I'm just being a little too nice at that point. But as I say that, trades towards the outside. Now remember, they have some of these guys have just pistols. Now Sage is still close towards Hell. No, looking to make his way down, and no, he misses the shot. It's a tough shot to make. Sage finds a kill into Flame, and now Denya, who's got 2 kills under his belt. The bombs, you know, within vision, but oh, Sage, he says hello from the side, but KD flashes right out. Doesn't need to fight this at all. Oh, but he goes for it. Positioning. They're both gonna peek this man. Oh my goodness. The timing. Sage misses another shot. They know he's towards E-Box. This is the last flash Denya has. He needs to make a move. 50 seconds ago. He needs to find it, but that's a double peek. And Sage will find a 2nd kill for himself as Epsilon found 2. And KD to find 1 as well to shut down Toronto in another round, making it 12-1.
Yeah, I don't really know what's funnier right now. The fact that Toronto picked T-side after winning knife, or that you're getting roasted by your own players in chat right now.
Wait, who? Am I getting roasted by my own players?
Jersey, too sick to show up for practice, but can cast a match. That's Coach Truth for you.
I can cast the comfort of my own home. My goodness.
Think about it, Jersey. Think about it.
Epsilon, no, balls to the wall, and he actually finds 2 kills before actually Sage picks up that kill. And in close as Flame goes down to the pistol. The trades offs are here, and Dust is gonna pick up 1, followed by KD to swing wide onto the bomb site and find the last player. So now 13-1. The last round is in play. Look at the money situation, Zach.
It's not looking too good. They're just going to grab a bunch of SMGs. I mean, if we don't see 1 player, Chicken Dinner generously going to just buy an AK and donate it. Because he's going to see one of these players he's rolling and just, hope that they can get a work. And he's going to throw the AK over to Intox. He's going to get a set of utility. Chicken Dinner going to sit on a Glock and a flash.
Get out there, Chicken.
He's clearly identified where the fragging power is on his own team.
Oh my goodness. This is just rough. I've seen the score turn around from a 15-0. I've seen it all on this map, but
anything can happen. But yeah, I mean,
this is just rough.
Denya and Chicken Dinner taking a ton of damage early there. KD looking for these players coming out of the smoke. That's one going down, and there's a team frag.
I guess it was just Chicken Dinner. It doesn't matter. Savage.
He's just the bait they could take him out early.
Okay. Oh, no. Yeah, this is the bomb's out. This is over. 100%. Sage is on top of blue. What's KD doing? Shooting his teammate like that.
They're losing like half of their rounds right now just because they're getting the bomb stuck in a stupid spot and having to fight back to get it.
I like that flame
every single time.
The big flankerino.
How did he get there?
Oh, that's interesting. I guess No transitioning from going upper might have just missed But Flame,
And
can you make a
KD
play?
was the upper. I mean, he's got to make a play, and that's what they're telling Denya right now. They're telling Denya to stop, don't move, let Flame make the play, and he'll just chill until Flame makes a play. He's gonna see one, spray him down
With Dust, he cleans it
before
up.
Dust is gonna shut it down, and that should be it. As Denya only has 12 HP to work with here, a Molly and the bomb and a Dream to find a second round for Toronto Esports here in the first half of this one. Oh, he's going to miss the first AK shot. Looking for the second. Knows where these two players are now. He has still a tall task ahead of him.
The bomb doesn't even matter at this point. It just needs to pick a fight right away.
He
Put in
can't,
the 1v1.
plant.
No, that's over. That's unfortunate.
Let's see if anybody from Toronto says good half. No, didn't think so.
Yikes. Yep, you're right. All 5 players from Montreal saying, you know, actually ready and good half. Well then,
French people are stereotypically polite, aren't they?
what about French Canadians? Is that
I wasn't
different?
talking about French Canadians. No comment.
No comment. Oh goodness. So not sure. Okay, they will ready up. Just waiting on chicken dinner, and looks like we're gonna have the second half start right away. So not really too much to talk about in this first half, ladies and gentlemen. It's 14-1. The 11th round going to Intox and Denya. Keep in mind what I just said there, as they did win that round together. And U of T. Guys, if you are just joining us, U of T won the knife round. Intox was in a 1v2 knife round. Gets the last 2 players that knife round. And for some reason, Toronto chose to choose T side in that first half. And now they're paying the price. It's a 14-1 scoreline. Now Montreal looking pretty healthy. They have a lot of room to make mistakes. But will they end it here right away?
They get this pistol, I mean, they'll be one step closer to doing that. Looks like, did they leave the bomb in upper?
The bomb's on Epsilon.
Yeah, okay. So there's just a couple players that are just running through spawn right now, and that's what's going on.
Oh my goodness.
This is a B split from spawn, that's what they're doing. Looks like it might work. I mean, they don't seem to be aware how many players they left behind them.
All these headshot angles though against USPs, they're just gonna spread right into the site. Chicken Dinner didn't stand a chance. Sage has found 2 kills, and oh my goodness, Montreal, they pulled off their pistol strat flawlessly. And now Sage, ooh, I like this. Ooh, he finds a 3rd kill with 1 HP. My goodness, this man's a monster. And Flame's gonna go down in Z connector as 15-1 scoreline. Match point has been sealed for Montreal, and I would have never guessed this scoreline. If this goes 16-1,
Yeah.
someone needs to talk to Toronto's team. Someone needs to talk to these players. What in God's name is going on with you guys?
I don't know. We see Chicken Dinner hasn't found a frag. We see 4 frags on Flame, 2 frags on Gaoshu, and Denya and Intox just trying to carry the weight and not being able to do so against such a strong and consistent Montreal team. And again, we know that this is a Montreal team that hasn't been so consistent in their past few games, so it's good to see them here.
My
doing
goodness.
So,
That team
Nono's gonna
flash.
find a couple. Sage finds one.
Now Chicken Dinner and Intox does a ridiculous team flash to each other. And my God.
Will it even matter?
16-1.
Yeah, that was rough. And I mean, Chicken Dinner didn't even find a kill when he got in that game. That's a manager who cares, who gets in the game and just does what he needs to do. This isn't what we saw out of. Did you see what happened with SK the other day and their manager?
No, I haven't.
He goes and he plays because Bolts is done with them after Epicenter, right?
Oh,
so he's playing with them
yes.
for ECS, and it's like he goes like 24 and like 13 against C9 with like 180 yards.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, so but that's the opposite of what we saw here.
So, where do we begin about this matchup?
There's not much to talk about. It's just like Toronto didn't do anything right, and Montreal did everything right. It's just one team that was obviously prepared and has a lot of practice playing together, and they've really obviously done a lot of work on trying to get rid of those issues that we talked about before. And it looks like Toronto hasn't really done the same thing with their issues. I mean, it seems like this is the same thing we see from them over and over. So we've got to start questioning when they're going to be able to turn on the Jets, I guess.
Like, honestly, like Toronto has the potential. They have the talent, but right now Intox is probably like
Yeah, they needed Felix in this one.
What did I
Felix
do?
is-
What did I do wrong? Oh, I chose T side. I'm an idiot. This is my conscience talking. That's when.
I see that. I see that.
Ah, God, Intox. Like, I'm not sure if it was him that chose it, or but he said that he was the IGL.
Yeah, somebody's got to check the VOD and see who typed .ct in the chat.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't want to blame it on him, but I blame it on Toronto in general. Come on, man. You
Yeah,
win the
you
knife
can't.
round.
You can't. Yeah, I don't know if it was purely an accident, which I really don't think it was. Just knowing how this works myself, like, it's just it's really hard to mess that one up. Just like, oh, I forgot to hit C. Like that's a typo. Usually a typo is like
God.
he would have typed like XT or like VT, but no, he just typed T. So
Well,
he didn't miss the key. He just didn't.
let's
parse
talk
it.
about Montreal then. Sage, huge player. Everyone else pretty much doing their job, right? Dust gets his